Yeah, a lot of height,
Yep,
right?
you got
A little
it.
curl. We're at the Minnesota State Fair. I want to tell you something. We're doing something really super cool, and right now I'm getting kind of the star treatment in this RV. Brambillis provided this RV. They're out of Shakopee. You can rent from there. You can shop from. Great organization, so we want to thank them. And then what's coming up? The very first time that we've done it, and hopefully it will be annual. It's called Found at the Fair. So Evine, we've been around for over 26 years for all our innovative, really super cool wow products. So we're going to the Minnesota State Fair to find products. So we have presenters. We're going to have 7 of them that are going to present their item, and then maybe one of them will be one of our new super cool products here at Evine. So still doing my hair, just got this side down in our wonderful RV from Brambillis, Shakopee. Thank you so much. Super cool. Found at the Fair coming up on YouTube. Join us. Probably a little more hairspray too, Annabelle. You know, with the elements. Well, hello everyone. My name is Christine Quanley. I am from Evine. So are this wonderful panel that you'll meet in just a moment. But we're at the Minnesota State Fair, the great Minnesota Get Together. And it has been a great day. So what are we doing here? We're doing something brand new that I think is going to be a tradition, an annual tradition. Now, Evine's been around for over 26 years. We're about bringing you the best products, the wow products, innovative products. So it just makes sense that we're at the Minnesota State Fair, lots of products. So we have what's called Found at the Fair. So guess what? We have canvassed this fair and found really cool products. And our presenters will tell us about their products. And then our judges right here. And in a very non-threatening way, judges will tell us what they think. Well, I'll start with you then. Right next to me is Jorge Perez. Jorge has been in the
No numbers, no numbers. I just got here.
He's seen many a fair, and you are quite
We got
fair.
an affair? Go on.
Ambassador of Waterford Crystal, Evine for 10 years, world
10
renowned,
years.
and he just looks younger and younger and younger. And this wonderful check, I would almost call it a gingham. Rob Ellerstein is joining us.
Thank you, Christine.
Rob, be nice
Love
to
the
Rob.
applause.
Rob has a lot of power, everybody.
Mr.
He is
VP.
Vice President of Merchandising, specializing hard home electronics. You've been doing this for a while, over 20 years, Rob.
Over 20 years.
That's incredible.
What are you looking for today?
Really excited to see what the team has to bring here. We're always looking for great product at Evine, and I think we're going to see some really, really good stuff. So
All
looking
right.
forward to it.
And on the end, woo! He's got a twinkle in his eye, and he's got a solution for everything. ACOS is joining us. ACOS, the boss, Jan Kura, who's been in the industry for over 20 years.
Actually, I've worked over 10,000 hours doing what this man in front of us is doing. I used to work fairs and trades. and
Yes. So this is perfect that you're here.
Yeah, it's old homecoming to me. That's what this is.
Well,
Oh, isn't that
So-
amazing? So here's your future.
ACOS,
Possibly.
ACOS is here. Rob, Jorge, my name is Christine. I've been a host here for 8 years.
Christy.
More, please. More. And guess what? I'm going to add in the feminine touch to all of this, right? This testosterone as well. So, okay, tell us
Give her
your
some
name,
butter.
where you're from, and a little bit about your story.
My name is Randall Bentley. I'm from Houston, Texas. I've been at the Minnesota State Fair for 6 years now, pitching my product. We started in my garage as a hobby, and it just one person wanted one, and it just snowballed into more and more. And we thought, hey, let's start a business, and here we are, 6.5, 7 years later, doing the same thing.
Well, fabulous. This is what we're going to do for all our presenters. We're going to give you 5 minutes, Randall, okay? When I tell you to go, you'll just tell us your story, who your product is for, and all of that. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, and if you're not, really, there's nothing we can do about it now.
That's it.
So, Randall, okay, we're going to count you down in 3, 2, 1. Look at that camera and go.
These are American white oak barrels, miniature white oak barrels with a medium char. So the smaller the barrel, the faster the alcohol will age because there's more fluid in this small barrel than a 53-gallon bourbon barrel. So it ages much more rapidly. This barrel will age 60 times faster than a 53-gallon barrel due to that. So you take your neutral grain ethanols and you add that to it, put it in the barrel together, and you're going to make your own scotches, bourbons, rums, and whiskeys to all your favorite flavors that are on the market today. That's one thing you can do with them. The second thing that you can do with them is you can go to the store and buy your favorite scotch, bourbon, rum, whiskey, tequila, or wine and put it in the barrel, and you'll take it from the well version of that alcohol to the top shelf version of that alcohol in about 48 days in this barrel. They come in 6 sizes, 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, and 20-liter barrel. Fifth handle, just under a gallon and a half. Drinking, drunk, inebriated, and passed out. That's what we sell them for.
You got 4 more minutes, Randall.
So anytime you want to make your own, you just start out with a neutral grain, inexpensive vodka or
Okay.
ethanol. Because anytime you distill a grain, wheat, rye, rice, corn, sugarcane, peat, or potato, it comes out of the still as tasteless, colorless, odorless ethanol. So ethanol, taste, barrel, same product for a fraction of the cost. And we customize them with anything you want on them. That's it in a nutshell, folks.
Randall. Okay, that was very efficient. I can tell you've been doing this before. So now we're going to see what the judges think. Now, you had more time, but you felt good.
Yeah, great. No problem.
So it felt good to you?
We're good.
All right. So we're going to start with you, Rob.
Great presentation, Randall. Thank you. So I'm curious as to how long, you told us how long you've been doing this. What's your volume, annual volume, your sales?
About 16 to 18,000 barrels a year.
And what does it retail for? Can you break down
Retail
the
on this is the most popular size barrel. This one holds a handle or a 1.75 liter bottle. This retails for $80 engraved or $60 blank. Each of them are handmade. They're not machine made. They're all made by us by hand.
All
Great.
right.
Thank you.
Akos, do you have a question?
So take us on a journey. Why did you come up with this idea?
I drank a lot in college, and we just had a lot of fun with it. You know.
So did you do
Mother
this because you
invention.
wanted to have a less expensive way to drink your favorite
Actually,
alcohols?
we just wanted to build a barrel once and see if we could get one to seal. That took 3 years. Lots of drinks in 3 years. And then once we did one, we put tequila into it, aged some tequila for about 35 days, and this is crazy what this did from the $20 tequila that we bought.
And how are we going to get an opinion of this so we haven't even tasted this stuff? I know. What's going on here? What's going
We got that covered too.
Jorge, while he's pouring us a little sample, what's your feedback?
First of all, you look the part for this brand. So I think that's very important, especially if you're selling. You really want to be part of that. So I congratulate you on that. This is extremely unique. Is there any concern with selling alcohol?
We don't sell alcohol. We just sell the barrel. These are non-alcoholic.
Wonderful.
You buy the alcohol yourself and add the non-alcoholic exact taste match to it and put it in the barrel.
And I don't understand that industry at all. The only thing I know how to make is reservations. So can you make a non-alcoholic version and keep the flavor, or does that not exist in that industry?
No, not that industry.
You're really going for the alcohol.
You can use these are exact taste matches for alcohols. You can make ice creams and things like that with them too. That's just something we do on the side, but they're really just for your alcohol.
Great.
This is a soda stream for alcoholics.
Okay, great. Thank
So,
you.
I have a question. Is this more geared to men, women? Kind of what is the demographic?
It's more geared towards men and women. The more women buy my product than men because they're constantly wanting to buy their husbands a nice gift, especially because of the customization factor. But we do have a lot of men who already know what they do, walk up, know what size they want, and they're ready to go and they buy one.
How many can you ship a day
800-900 a day.
of each size?
Yeah.
Okay. And can you tell us exactly what comes with the barrels? Just
At
so
the
we're
retail
clear.
price of $60, you get the barrel, bung, spigot, and stand, and the 2 bottles of the essences.
And how do I get the 2 little bottles? How do I get the 2 little bottles again?
Just go on our website and order more. We ship it right to your house.
Okay.
Okay, now we're gonna. No, what are we
Now
tasting
that
here,
is
Randall?
that is a Jameson that was made from a $12 bottle of vodka. The vodka, the essence in the barrel for 28 days. That's a Jameson we made.
All right.
Cheers,
Cheers.
cheers.
To your
Best
health.
of luck to you, sir.
Woo! Akos got right to it.
I didn't quite get enough.
Plenty more.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
what do
much.
you guys think of Randall in the audience? Woo! I'm all warm and tingly right now. Randall, thank you so much. We're going to have you sit down.
Sure.
And we're going to come back at the end. And what's going to happen, so you guys know, this is the first time we've done this, and this is going to grow and grow and grow. Because we're looking for wow, innovative products, we're really going out to you. So thank you for being part of our very first Found at the Fair. So our presenters will get 5 minutes, already tongue-tied after that, we'll get 5 minutes to present their products. Then at the end, we'll decide if they really will come back and have a formal interview and go forward and might be the next product on Evine. Okay, now we have John is joining us. Hi, John. How you feeling?
Cool.
Yeah,
Johnny's
you're feeling
pouring
good.
already.
He's getting ready.
crap.
So, John, you got some barbecue sauce for us. So, tell us your name,
Yes.
where you're from, and a little bit of your story.
Okay, my name is John, last name Shermer, and we're from Palm Bay, Florida. Originally from Minnesota, but we moved there, my wife and I. This is our product. We started it quite some years ago. The idea was that we liked the barbecue, but we never really liked what we were getting in the stores. So we went to the start of it in scratch and started from there. And we used the three things that we liked the most: whiskey, honey, and habanero peppers. That was the original recipe, which is sweet whiskey habanero. We wanted to do it naturally, so no high fructose corn syrup, no MSGs, nothing artificial, just good old-fashioned seasonings. It stretched into about a dozen products. This is the hotter version, same identical recipe, just a little more habanero. But we didn't want to make it to burn, because for barbecuing, you want to be able to eat your food, and we think the most important thing is what you're cooking. So we don't want to take away from that. So these are supposed to be like perfect marriages, you
Well,
know?
fabulous. So, John, we're going to give you 5 minutes.
Okay.
That beautiful mug will look into that camera right there. We'll give you 5 minutes, and I'll give you a countdown. I'll say 4 minutes, 3 minutes. You keep on going, right, until we say stop at 5 minutes.
Okay.
Any questions?
Yeah, it probably won't take me 5.
And that's fine. That's
Okay.
fine. We're just giving you 5 minutes.
Okay,
If
okay.
you want to sing or dance or whatever.
Okay.
Okay. And when
All
you're
right.
ready,
This one?
all right, here we go.
Yep.
Countdown, right? Are you guys ready over there? You guys ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1, go for it.
So what we have here is a premium brand of barbecue sauces. This one here is our original sauce made with Jack Daniels, honey, and habanero. There's little pieces of garlic and sweet Vidalia onion in there. These are all natural products. No high fructose, no gluten, no MSGs, nothing artificial. Just a little bit of whiskey to keep it preserved. And we also have a spicier version, the same identical recipe, just a little bit more habanero. Not really spicy, just enough to let you know the pepper's there, give you some nice flavor. We also have this seasoning that we put on. Also, this is one of, we have 12 products, but these are the 3 that we're showing. This seasoning is called True Grit. It's an all-around seasoning. You can use it with chicken, pork, beef. It doesn't matter. We use it on potato, on eggs, lots of different things. Again, no MSG, nothing artificial, no anti-caking agents, anything like that. So they're nice natural products, great products. People love them. And that's about what I got to say about them. But you can check out our website for more. Can I plug my website?
You go ahead.
Backwoods.world. And we have like a dozen different products, all natural.
John, thank you. Give it up for John. All right, we're going to go to the judges now. First of
Okay.
all, I got to ask, how did that feel, John?
Fine.
Felt fine?
Felt good.
Felt good? Mm-hmm. Well, that's what we want, this to be a good experience. So we're going to start with you, Jorge.
Uh-huh.
So give it the mic.
John, a very good presentation. You've got the look. I have to
Thank
say,
you.
if you're going to sell something like this, would you agree?
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's definitely, you got that down, and not easy to do, so you're definitely tied into your brand. What are your current margins and distribution in the United States?
Well, we were into stores, about 20 some different stores locally down in Florida. We backed out of it a little bit because it was becoming, we couldn't get a distributor. So we backed out of it, and it was just us doing all the work, and it was too much. So basically we do online sales, which isn't a total lot, and we do the Minnesota State Fair, Steele County Fair, and a few smaller events at home. It's just my wife and I, so we just keep it kind of simple.
ACOS, you were...
Can I give you some feedback on your pitch?
Yes.
Simplify and structure. Always take all the time. Don't ever take 1 second less time. Always deliver. Maybe what I would do, that was use the problem, set up the problem, I was going to the stores, I wasn't satisfied. All the things that you told us so natural. So the solution, and get into your pitch. And everything you left out, don't ever do a pitch and not close the deal. So you did your pitch, but you left us hanging. I wanted to know how much it costs. I have no idea what this costs. So always close the deal. We call it a CTA, call to action. Close the deal. Problem, solution, do the body of your pitch, go for the money. So how much is
Very
it?
good. They go at the fair here. They go for $9.95.
$10?
Yep.
How do you make any money at $10? Seriously, dude. You gotta sell a lot of bottles.
Yeah, you got to sell a lot.
'Cause I know what the fair costs. I'm not pretty sure
Yeah.
the nut here, the rent here is pretty high. So how many bottles can you sell at the fair here?
We'll sell about probably around 8,000 or so.
Rob?
Can you tell me how much your annual volume is on it?
I'm sorry.
How much do you make revenue per year?
Last year we did a little over like 55,000.
55,000.
Yeah.
And you've been doing it how long? You said
5 years.
5 years. Thank you.
Now, one
John,
of them is spicy and one is.
I was going to ask which is
yeah,
which.
It got turned when.
Well, while we're figuring it out the hard way, a couple things. One of the things that I really liked is that you right off the bat mentioned your wife. You know, when you're on the shopping network, it is all about family. We're a family brand here, and that's what we do. So I really like that you brought your wife right out at the beginning and you wrapped it up with her, number one. I agree with our ACOS God over here. Take every minute that you can ever get and try to take other people's minutes. That should be your number one goal, okay? The other thing is, and this is for both of you that started, every time you speak, that is the customer's first time hearing you. While I know you've said it a million times over all of these years, every single time is the first time. And if I may say so, you didn't introduce yourself at first.
Okay.
You didn't say who you were, the name of your brand, but I love your sense of pride. I love the locally made. I love the fact that you have both spices. And I love that you offer many more because shelf space is critical. So the more offerings, the better. And hit on trends. If you have gluten-free, that should be a big message for you. And remember, the consumer's only going to listen to maybe 3 to 5 bullet points. That's all you got.
Okay.
Other than that, well done.
I forgot to mention one more thing that all the artwork and everything's done. I'm just telling
Time's
you.
up. Sorry.
Just telling you.
It's
Yeah.
a tough business,
Next time,
John.
yeah.
John, I want to tell you too, by the way, your dimples are amazing. Those blue eyes and those dimples. Also, your
Oh,
product.
you may not win for that, though. That has nothing to do with
The product
Okay.
looks fabulous. And I got to talk to you a little bit before we went on air, and you're so passionate. You've been doing this for a long time. The only thing that I would say, just rip open that heart of yours and show us the passion behind the product.
Okay.
Thank you, John. I mean, those dimples. Was it just me?
No comment.
Oh.
No comment. Yes. No comment. Yes.
We figured out the hot one right here.
The hot one's over here. The sweet one's over here. Oh, it tastes fabulous. Well, we have Pam now. Pam is joining us. So, Pam, you can tell us your name, your first name, last name, where you're from, and a little bit about your story. Thanks for being here, Pam.
Okay, thank you. I'm Pam Turner, and I am the inventor of the Spiral Eye Side Threading Needle. Here's a giant version of my sewing needle. So when you thread it, instead of trying to get a piece of thread through a hole you can't see, you just bring the thread down and in, and it's threaded and ready to go. So the threader's built right into the needle. My story is, about 8 years ago, I was trying to put a button on a shirt, and my mother fell out of my mouth, and I said, damn, we've been to the moon, why can't we fix the needle? And I thought, it's been 30 years, why haven't we fixed the needle? When I did all this research, I discovered that there wasn't one out there, and since nobody else had done it, I figured it was my job, and I wanted to fix everything that was wrong with the needle. So the first thing I started with, I wanted an American-made product, because there are no needles made in America.
Well, I was just going to say, I'm going to stop you right there because this is all good stuff. And in this business, they get paid by the word. You're a rich man. So what I want you to do is give us the spiel. You're right there, and that's your camera. Right there, that camera. Thanks, guys.
Do you
5
want that
minutes.
spiel or just about the needle spiel?
Whatever you want, Pam. Whatever you want, Pam. This is your 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. Do what I need to, right? Okay.
3, 2, 1, go for it.
Okay. This is a Spiral Eye needle. It's easy to thread because you don't have to try to get the thread through the hole. You bring it down along, and it's a self-threaded needle that way. It's the only needle with an opening on the side. It's patented in the U.S., Canada, and pending in Europe. It's when I discovered that nobody else had created it, I wanted to fix everything that was wrong with it, so I wanted to have it made in America. I found this wonderful family in Dayton, Minnesota. Dad owns it, son runs it, mom does the books, dog answers the door. It's the best place you can go to have some business made. And they made it. First year I did the state fair 8 years ago, I brought in a broom handle I'd carved out to look like my needle. And I took it into my manufacturer. Look what I made! And he says, it's not to scale. So this is to scale. So we have that. Now I have 16 sizes of needles that I make now for a whole variety of things. So if you want to do quilting, if you want to do yarn work, if you want to do fish baiting, I've got them all. And they're all stainless steel, so they don't rust, they don't break, they don't snap in your hand. They'll last forever. You can sharpen them if you want to. The rusting is a big deal if you do cross stitch because you leave your needle in your project, and then the next time you go back to get it, it's got a rust stain and it's ruined what you've done. So also, because there's no nickel plating, which all needles have
30
except for
seconds.
mine, it will not bother people. It's hypoallergenic. So it's got every solution to it. That's my needle, Spiral Eye needles.
Thank you, Pam! Woo! What was that over there? Oh, we'll get to that. The questions now. First of all, Pam, how did that feel?
I felt stumbly.
Stumbling?
Yeah, I felt like I stumbled a little.
Well, you sure were smiling. ACOS, you're ready to go.
I love this product. You know why?
He had to get
You
up.
know why I love this product so much?
Why?
Because I love problems and solutions. Hold this. Because what I would do is, where's your regular needle? A regular needle that's never been done before.
Here, right here.
All right.
Want some regular thread? That's
Yeah,
too big.
regular thread. All right. Where's the camera? All right, ready?
You gotta put it over white. You're gonna want to do it over the black
Okay,
shirt.
hold on. Here's the problem. Have you ever had a needle like this and what happens? You can't find the hole. My goodness, I can't even see the needle in my hand, never mind the hole. The solution? This problem, this solution right here. Do the problem like that. Set up the problem, go to your solution, do the presentation of the solution just like that, because we're all gonna get it, baby. We are gonna get this the first time and every time, and people are gonna wanna buy this, right? So put your kit together, do all your features in your presentation. At the end of the day, you pull this kit out and said, and here's how much it costs. Go.
It's $5.50 a needle.
That's well worth it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. Okay, Rob, let's go. Let's hear from you next.
Pam, great presentation. I thought it was really, really well done. And I really applaud you for coming up with a solution on something that inspired you that's been 30 years in the making, or however long that you said that. So really, really outstanding. I was curious as to, you have many different sizes that you said. Are there one size that's best selling at all, or?
Yes.
Can you share a little bit about
Yeah,
that?
I have 3 sizes that are the most popular for basic general sewing. And
And so-
that's at $16.50, and it's probably my most top popular selling. at
$16.50 retail?
For online retail, it's
Online retail?
$16.50.
And my other question is, where currently are you selling the product today?
The American-made needles that I'm showing here that are stainless steel are only sold on my website and at the State Fair. I have a version that I have made in China that I have wholesale to stores like Hobby Lobby and things like that.
And is there a big difference in price between the ones in
Yeah,
China?
those sell for less than $10 for 6.
Okay, great. And how much volume have you done? What's your annual revenue?
Annual revenue is a little over $250,000.
Okay. And is that year over year?
Pardon?
Over how many years? Is that every year you're doing 250?
In 2010, they sold over 16 million of my needles, but it's gone down. That was with As Seen on TV. Telebrands had licensed it for a while. So it's gone up and down depending on who's been involved in it. But since I've taken more control over handling it, it's still just in the growing stages.
Great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Pam, congratulations. I think you have what I think is an amazing product. You really do. I'm assuming your margins are good. I leave that always to the buyers and the merch team. because you have to be healthy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I think having been where you've been, from what I'm hearing, I think maybe better negotiation skills at the front set because you only get once to negotiate.
Yes.
ACOS has given the same advice twice now, and it's worth over $1 million what he has said. Present the challenge, and you are the solution. And there's a couple of great opportunities here. One of the negatives that I think there is an essence of older age when it comes to sewing. You know, I don't see the younger kids, the Gen X, the millennials into sewing, so there's a little bit of a battle that you have there. But on the upside, the older people can't see. So this is, again, a godsend to them. So always make sure you know who do you market to. And I needed you this weekend because I had 3 black tie events. I brought 3 tuxedos with me.
Yeah.
One, of course, didn't fit, and I thought the button was going to go and the cameraman was going to knock down and all of that. So I could have used this. So don't forget men. Don't forget the travel industry. So think about who might need it, and don't just think about your mom. And I love the story with that. It's very, very compelling. By the way, no cussing on television ever. So make sure that when that camera goes on, you know, there's a switch on your head.
I was repeting mom. That's all.
Well,
I did.
you know what? And I read in your bio it says, you were laughing at your mom. Don't laugh at your mother ever, no, because she will bring to you. So again, listen to what the incredible legend that you're so fortunate to have here says, because tell your story, be quick about it. And you took a little too long with the background. Nobody cares. Get to what you're selling. But good luck and well done. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Pam, fabulous job. The one thing that I would do, and it's a good point that you brought up, is to kind of broaden it as well. I grew up with a mom who could sew and was fabulous, and the reason why I don't sew is because I think, it's going to be so difficult. You can also get people back into sewing for something so simple. Why don't we men? Because we're like, they gotta get the needle, and I gotta thread the needle, and this whole ordeal. You've made it so simple, and I've got to read your story. This woman has been very, very passionate. She has sacrificed so much to bring this product. So be very proud of yourself. Keep on going, because it's just genius. Thank you, Pam.
Thank you, everybody.
Pam, and just take a seat, Pam. All of our wonderful presenters will have you back, and again, we're going to discuss who we're going to go forward with an official meeting at Evine, and might be the next product that we have on air. Now we have Victor. Victor is joining us. Victor, tell us your name, where you're from,
Why don't you do it?
and a little bit about your story. Little. Brevity is the key.
My name is Victor Toso. I am the owner and founder of Not a Chair. We manufacture back supports. We've been at it for 31 years. Been here at the fair for 31 years. Does it show?
No.
Okay. So, what I would like to do is just demonstrate this product.
Okay. You feel good? Ready?
Right, ready to go.
Okay, that wonderful camera, that's who you're going to talk to. We're going to give you 5 minutes. I'll give you a couple warnings and let you know how you're doing with time. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go for it.
Hello, my name is Victor Toso, and I'm the owner and founder of Not a Chair. We manufacture back supports, and I'm going to show you something very unique, something we've been doing for 31 years. It used to be a patented product, but the patent has run out on this one. But on it has been built the company, and we are going to show you some other things that have been revised and made new out of this. It looks like a little strange bunch of straps, and I'm going to show you the science of sitting that supports it. All you do is you take this, put it around the low back, sit down, drop these over your shins, your kneeling bones, clip these 2 buckles together just to stabilize the legs, and all you do then is just adjust the back support so you can trap the pelvis. The pelvis is a pedestal. The spine is simply a statue. What we've been trying to teach our children since they're very little is to tell them to sit up straight. If you ever watched a small child try and sit up straight, what do? They throw their chest forward and sit there, and guess how long it lasts? It lasts about 3-4 minutes at best, and then they give up. So what we do is we just take the pelvis, anchor it forward, and allow you to sit perfectly straight without any effort. Now there's a certain kind of science here. Sorry, here I've got this thing got trapped back here. That's the problem with the phone. These things. All right, there.
2 minutes.
So The idea here is to keep the pedestal absolutely level while you're sitting straight. You can do it a lot of different ways. Now you say, well, listen, we've got ergonomic chairs. The problem with ergonomic chairs is that chairs act like a fulcrum on a low back. And anybody who's been to high school physics, you realize your head is here, your back is here, you're sitting in a chair, you put a fulcrum this low on a lever arm and lean against it, the butt slides out of the chair. And you can watch yourself for 2 or 3 minutes sitting in a chair, and you find yourself slouching
1 minute?
in front of a very expensive back in your computer usually. So what we do is allow you to trap your own body, and it's impossible to escape. We've been to American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons, we've been to the state fairs. We do the sublime and ridiculous. Everybody loves the product, and everybody seems a little bit afraid about.
Thank you, Victor.
So,
How did that feel, Victor?
well, I got about half what I needed to say done. All right.
But you know what? That's the good news.
And you know what? We
got
never
a lot
pitched
to
this
say.
product. This is a one-to-one product. I've been at the state fair for 31 years. I've never pitched once. You know, and my voice is hoarse because we have to compete with the pitch people without microphones. And that's the sort of thing that's really difficult to do.
Well, you did a great job for the
Well,
first
thank you
time
for that.
doing it, so congratulations. I think the product's great. I have the same problem, and my parents said the same things to me growing up. I always was slouching, and I wish I had something like that. What's the material made out of?
Well, this is polypropylene. We have a natural version as well. We get EVA foam in here. This is our deluxe one. We also have a sport version with a little bit less foam and things like that. But people kept asking, well, can we drive with it? And no, you can't drive with it. Or we sell, yeah, you can drive, but you only drive once, right? So what we've come up with actually is another product, and that is just here. It's all elastic. Slide it over your duck. Now this one will never be incrementally adjustable, so you're not going to want to be able to use it to fix your back. But when you're sitting in an airline seat, car seat, and you need to drive, you just take one off the right leg, and the elastic keeps the support going. Now this one is still in its patent. So what we're doing at the State Fair, when they buy the original product, we actually give them this one for half price as an introduction.
And can I just tell you before I pass the mic away, what does it sell for?
We have sorry. This one is $80 retail. If you get them at State Fair, 10% off. This one, a little sort of junior version of this, it's $60. You get it for $50 at the fair. This one is $60, also $50. When you buy, since we've been out here for 30 years, when you buy 3 products of any kind, you get 30% off.
All right. You get a great pitch, you did a great job, but you have to call to action. You gotta tell us the price. Otherwise, the pitch or the presentation, you know, just becomes like a brochure pitch.
Got
you
it.
know? So you always when you're doing a pitch, make sure at the end you tell us the price and maybe build the value. The other thing I was going to talk about is maybe build the value up a little bit. So how much is it worth to you to actually have a better feeling
Yeah,
back?
that's
How much is
true.
it worth to you so your back's not sore at work?
Absolutely.
You got to build that value. So take us on a journey. Instead of the features and benefits, I would have taken and painted some pictures. Take us on a journey of the comfort that I would have in the office if I was wearing this.
Right.
And my goodness gracious, I'm at my big kids and take us on journeys. And take us on your own journey. I would take you on the journey of, when I was watching my daughter play baseball, my goodness gracious, I could hardly sit on the bleachers. I wish I had that thing. Take us on those, paint those pictures.
Thank you,
Take us on the
ACOS.
journey, and then boom.
We're gonna
give us the CTA.
quickly. We're kind of
Great.
light on time.
100%. What he's trying to say is make our back hurt. Bring us back to that back pain,
Right, right.
and you're the solution. One thing so far for all of you, only John has branded himself. You're on television. You have a full body. It's open for anything. So never walk anywhere without your brand. Be very proud of it, and a little bit bigger than John's, and you'll always get your message across, especially if people are channel surfing. You got a second to catch their eye.
Got it.
Rob, how many hours did you put me on television in the last 5 days, would you say, approximately?
Oh my God, tons.
20 some odd hours. Be ready to talk a lot. But we're very
Thank
well
you,
done,
Jorge.
all ages.
We're wrapping
Congratulations, really,
We're
well done.
wrapping
Well
you
done.
around. I'm knocking your
Thank
hat
you.
off, which is and taking the mic away. Okay, now, thank you so much. Thank you, Victor. Stick around. Again, at the end, we're going to bring all the presenters up and decide. Maybe nobody will get a meeting. Maybe all of you will get a meeting. Who knows? Hey. We're going to now go to our final presenter. I got the mic here. And this, I love his name. This is Gibson Shoemaker. And take some time to get everything situated and together. What do you guys think in the audience so far? Isn't this impressive? Thank you guys for participating, being so brave. And I think this is going to be an annual tradition. Gibson, are you about ready? Do you need some more time?
One more second.
1 more minute? Okay. So with our final contestant, I'm going to give it to you, Rob. What are you looking for with this final contestant?
I'm not exactly sure what it is yet, but it looks interesting. So I think some of the information that both Jorge and ACOS provided, I think, is invaluable. And I think, honestly, I'm looking for Gibson to be able to provide some of the feedback that he's already heard from some of the other contestants.
And ACOS, this is our last contestant. Any words of
I
wisdom?
see a cigar box. So I'm now I'm curious. I'm fascinated. It looks like he's going to play a guitar with a cigar box. So I think it's going to be the most interesting. It's the product that I recognize the least.
Ooh, and
Yeah, so
Jorge,
we'll see what happens.
as we see a cigar box.
Well, you know, right before I go live on television, they get to look at me. You better be giving a clear message, and boy, you are giving a clear message. I love the vintage. I love everything about it. He basically created a set. In 5 seconds, he created his own set, so you've already taken us away.
Alrighty, sorry about the delay.
And I
there.
also like the tractor seat. I love the tractor seat. As a small town farm girl, I like the tractor seat. Okay, so tell us your name, where you're from, a little bit about your story, not too much,
Okay.
because you're going to get your 5 minutes to pitch. But go ahead.
Gibson Shoemaker, musically challenged at birth and stayed that way most of my life. Loved music. I'm artistic. I make things in other aspects of life, and this was the thing that eluded me. So it's probably why I grabbed onto it. And stumbled across it a few years ago. I can
Okay,
kind
I
of
think
talk
that's
about
good.
that.
That's
there you
good.
go.
Don't not too much.
Sure.
So there's that wonderful camera. We'll give you 5 minutes. Use that 5 minutes how you want. You're our last. There's no pressure.
Alrighty.
But you're our last. Hardip, are we ready over there, guys? Ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1, go for it.
Hi, my name's Gibson Shoemaker. I own and operate Lucky Devil Cigar Box Guitars. And basically, I was musically challenged growing up, and I wanted to learn how to play the guitar. Fat fingers and bad genetics weren't going to let that happen, so I stumbled along. And at one point, I found someone that had made a one-string instrument called a diddly bow. A lot of blues legends had started out on it, and I thought, I got to check this out. I YouTubed it. And this is actually what I came across. It was a 3-string guitar, and I thought, well, geez, if it's 3 strings, maybe it's twice as easy to play. So I went for it, and I made one, and it took about 2 hours to throw together. And I was so excited, I didn't care what it looked like. I didn't care what I made it out of. I just wanted to hear it. And when I did plug it in, at that point, I was like, we're doing this. We're doing it for real. So we slowed the process down a little bit and decided to start from scratch. Over the years, I make guitars out of a lot of things. Hubcaps, cigar boxes. I find things people donate to me. The real challenge was everybody charges $300 or more because it takes a lot of time to make something from scratch. That's the sad thing about
2 more minutes.
our world is that you know, people aren't making things the same way they used to make things, and that kind of bothered me. So I thought, I get why people are charging so much. It's just a bummer that they have to. So the whole point of this signature series is that it's a repeatable process. We make our own boxes, we control our own destiny, and we can kind of get these things.
A minute to play.
Okay, here we go.
Woo! 1 minute. Ooh. 30 seconds.
So that's why I started making them, and they're Lucky Devil Cigar Box guitars. They're $250 for a 3-string, $300 for a 4-string, and it comes with a carrying case.
Thank
so
you.
You can busk on the fly. Thank you.
Thank you. How'd that feel?
cool.
Cool.
It's the first time,
You guys, a lot of questions
yeah.
are here. I think you posed a lot of questions. Who wants to start?
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Great.
Alrighty.
Is your name Gibson or Gibson?
It's Gibson.
With
but
a P.
Everybody thinks it's with a B, so I kind of
Okay,
gave
well, call your father and tell him he should have changed it to a B many
Yeah.
years ago. It will avoid a lawsuit. So be very clear and don't ever say that line with the B because that's somebody else's and you own your own story.
Okay.
I love what you have. Both you and Randall have great groomsmen gifts. And remember, the ladies do the shopping, so always know who you're marketing to. It's not always the guys. I'd like to see ease of use. You have to talk about within 5 minutes, you're going to learn how to do this. You're going to get instructions that by that night, you're going to be able to play 3 songs. And, take us through it very well. I think it's wonderful, but this is a very tough market to break into. When was the last time you saw a new music instrument? Would you say the synthesizers in the 80s? Keyboards. Again,
The
it's a very
guitar.
tough industry to be going into, so a lot of backing goes into it.
Yep.
Akos, let's go to you next.
I'm going to keep it short. I've been monitoring the feeds. I'm actually feeding this on our own feeds also.
Okay.
And the impact is everybody's saying play more.
Okay.
Talk less, play
right.
more, because music sells.
You're right. You're right.
Music sells.
I
And
agree
don't
with
forget,
that.
people on TV aren't listening.
Well,
They're
and the
watching.
irony with that is, I guess over the years I've been a little shy on that because I was musically challenged, and I kind of don't even understand how much I'm playing at this point. I'm kind of a walking advertisement for it, and I forget that a lot of times. So
I like the presentation, Gibson, so
Thank
thank
you.
you. And very innovative. I've never seen anything like this, so I think it's
you.
really, really unique. So are you making the same, you're buying certain guitar boxes, cigar boxes, and you make one, is each guitar box, I guess, unique is what I'm trying
And
to get
that's
at?
the real challenge. Normally you find cigar boxes and you make the neck from scratch. And right down to the fretboard, everything is made. I don't buy any of it prefab. The inlays are actually guitar picks that are punched out. So it's that kind of resourcefulness. I do the artwork. I do the whole thing is me. So the challenge has been that it's been one at a time. So that's what takes forever. With it being that we make the boxes, now all of a sudden it becomes repeatable and more of an assembly line. So it's still handcrafted because we're still doing it by hand, even though we're kind of like making it a simpler process.
Sir, are you the only one that's making them, or do you have a team of people that make them
I
with
have
you?
a couple of people that I rope into it occasionally, but for the most part, it's pretty much me at this point.
And how many are you selling a year?
A couple hundred. So I'm kind of small potatoes at this point, but that's kind of like I'm kind of hoping for that American dream.
Sure.
Like you start little and there it goes.
Yes, one more question, but then that's
Sorry.
it.
Okay.
So I see the die
Yep.
is unique, and then on the other guitar it's unique. Are all of them individual, so that nothing is the same?
Up until this point, they kind of have been, and so we're making it repeatable, and that's the challenge. I guess that's kind of why I'm stuck where I am a little bit, because I need to know, like, I want to keep them unique. I really do. So I think it takes the same amount of time to put this on as versus a shotgun shell. So I don't see why they can't be fairly customizable. Thank you.
Gibson, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And again, the best name, as you're saying, the Gibson Shoemaker. So this is what's going to happen. Thank you guys, wonderful audience, and we hope that I hope this is a yearly thing. What a great kind of tradition that we can do. So I would like all our wonderful presenters to come back up, and what we're going to do is we have right here basically an invitation. We're going to give you guys some time. I'll ask you some more questions. I'll get some questions from the audience. But what I need from you is you can decide to bring everybody back for a formal interview. You can pass on everyone and maybe give them some words of advice and have them come back next year, or a couple or 2 or 3. So right here, these are the invitations. We're going to give you some time to think about it, but I'd like them all to come up. So we have Gibson. Everybody give some love to Gibson. Pam, give some love to Pam, Minnesota State Fair. Randall. Victor. And John. You guys, I feel like, this is the very first year, so thank you, because we're learning as well. In the audience, I would love to hear from the audience. Does anybody have any? Well, okay, I'm going to go right here. How are we doing on time, guys? Do we need to wrap it up? So Nicole Ostoya is joining us.
Okay, so This is like a dream. This is an unbelievable dream. Like the relief on the back, it's insanely fabulous. I just have to say.
Did Victor give that to you, or did you just take it from Victor?
Victor allowed me to test it while I was sitting here, and I cannot say enough good things about it. It is a release not only here, but here,
Yeah.
and it holds you steady, and it just relieved all of the pressure points from walking around here all day.
So,
It's amazing.
so you would use this.
I would absolutely use it.
And could you give us your title at Evine?
I am the Chief Marketing Officer.
Did you hear that, Victor? Where's Victor? She's the Chief Marketing Officer. And you guys tell me on time here, because I'm kind of going, well, I'm doing an audible. Okay, wrap it up. Okay, wrap it up. I'm going to go over to you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know, this is dangerous. Okay, guys, I know you guys are talking a lot. We're hearing that time is of the essence. So again, we have in this folder, we have a real big budget here. In this folder, we have some invitations. So you guys now, with our wonderful presenters, how are we doing on
We need like another minute.
deliberation? Pardip, do we have a minute? Our judges need another minute. Okay, 1 minute. Randall, how are you doing over there?
Great. I just wanted to tell you that no one asked me what I did in yearly revenue last year.
Oh, Randall talk. So Randall's going to talk about revenue right now.
2.6 million last year.
Did you guys hear that back there? 2.6 million. That's no joke. That's a lot. Okay, you guys. Well, that's okay. You're all pretty. Is that what you guys are arguing about? That's right. So we're ready. Rob, I think they've given you the duty, so I'm going to give you the mic. Okay, share. Okay, go for it.
I'll go first. Okay, we're going to do this like a third place, second place, first place thing. So we're going to give 3 invitations out, right? Am I right or wrong? Yeah. We'd appreciate all of them, right? So in the third position, I think the sauce. Where's the sauce guy?
John.
We have some challenges. We had some challenges. That's why we were arguing. We had some challenges because your average order value, that's really important to us on television, isn't high enough. If you got to get somebody on the phone, for $10, we need to get them on the phone for at least 30 or 20 or 40 or something, right? We did sell a lot at one time. So I actually said we've got to get Paula Dean to license this or something. Somebody who's.
We have gift packs that usually that's mostly what we sell.
So we're going to invite you. It's number 3. All right. You want to do the next one?
John. Woo!
All right, number 2, it is a pleasure to say the Nada chair. Young man. Victor, you did a fantastic job. And I think if you hit the right market, if you follow through on what some of the great opinions were, like get backing from a huge organization, have testimonials, all the things that ACOS had mentioned as well. If you get all those things right and you provide backing, medical backing, you have to be careful. You're working with people's backs. You're making claims. So if you get that all right, I think there's definitely a future, and we invite you back.
He needs backing. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
We got your back.
And then the last item that we felt good about was the needle. We love the needle. We felt that you had an incredible story and a real solid solution. We loved what ACOS came up and he demonstrated with you. We thought that was spectacular. So really applaud the effort there. Love that item. And so we certainly appreciate both Gibson, yourself, and obviously Randall, you as well. So your product, while I really did appreciate it and love what you've done with it, we think it might be a little bit difficult to customize that for our network, where most of the product or all of the product needs to be uniform, and each of the individual items are unique in and of themselves. So it would be hard for us to convey that each customer would be getting something unique, and when they're seeing it on television or online, every item would be different for them. So if you come back and talk to us about something on what you might be able to do in the future, there could be something there, but today we didn't see it.
And you know what? Always know your audience. I was born in Havana, Cuba, and my family was involved in cigars. So it's always important to know who your audience is and speak to them. And I think if you mass produce the top covers that there might be and license those, you can go from cottage to sitting on this side of the table. Good luck to you, young man.
Fabulous. I want to thank you all, really, really, for making this possible. Oh, yes. One more.
And then, Randall, we really liked your product. I think
Love it.
It's very unique. I think one of the challenges that we have, and we need to talk a little bit more offline, is even though you're not selling alcohol, we'd be promoting something that supports alcohol in a much bigger way, and there was just some concerns on our side about that globally for the network. So still want to take the information for both of you, but for today, I think it was something that we felt that the other three had something that we could potentially bring back to the audience at Evine, and then meet with the teams there and see what can
Best
happen.
of luck to you. sir.
And also, too, we're evolving as well as a network and selling on different platforms that are on online, social as well. So thank you all for being part of this. This is our very
And a
first
big thank you to you, Christine. You did a great job, and the entire Evine social media team. Great job, you guys. We'll see you next time.